to get taste right. Right, because nobody acknowledged. All right, number one, McDonald's. They have figured it out from a marketing standpoint to a price point to value. I mean, I feel like they just rehash stuff. They'll bring back something from the dead. Like, hey, we about to bring back the McRib next month. Like, how many times the McRib gonna come back?
But you won't bring back snack wraps,
right? Or the McChicken, the Mighty Wing.
Bro, like, or the chicken tenders. They used to, bro.
Nah, they'll bring back the McRib. Not even real red meat. That's not CBMK show, yo, is about to go down. You know why it's about to go down? Because I made this episode for you. I'm talking about you. I'm talking about the listener, the fan, the subscriber, the one that's just browsing through YouTube. I made this episode for you because everybody talks about their top five. Top five in this, top five in that. Let's cover it all. Let's go there. I'm calling this episode the top five episode. So I had to bring on the guru himself, Mr. Stevospeakz. Stevo, how you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good. Can't complain. Good.
I'm super excited to have you on. Thanks again, man. Look, we had to do an episode on the top five because there's just a lot of chatter out there. But we always only limit it to the athletes. What about everybody else?
Right.
Everybody else. So we about to go there. But, before we go any further, look, you want to keep seeing great content, you know what you need to do? There's a like button. There's a subscribe button. CVMK 4 letters. Do it. Today, like, share, subscribe. And we got the new super thick creatine. Guys, I want you to get this. It's for you. Because it will make you grow in all the right places. But just a quick word from our sponsors.
There's a hero in all of us waiting to be unleashed. All it takes is just that one last push. Activate the hero within with CVMK Global Supplements. All natural, steroid-free, designed to enhance performance, build muscle, and increase energy. You are unstoppable. You can do this. Become your own hero at www.cvmkglobal.store.
www.cvmkglobal.store, where it goes down. We are calling this episode the top five because we want to take it there. We want, like my little graphic, Steph Curry put out a tweet about his top five. Left LeBron off the list. So before I go into it, what are your thoughts on that? Leaving LeBron off the top five list.
I actually like it because I'm always the dude that's like, I don't like this new NBA. Everybody's so buddy. Everybody want to be friends. So he it's almost like, bro, I'm not gonna put my main competitor, one of my main rivals, up there. And it's technically it's his personal opinion. So everybody, LeBron ain't gonna make the cut for everybody. As we can see, there's a lot of people that love Paul George, so they gonna be on Paul George's list. But like that, I don't just, when it comes to this discussion, like, it's just an opinion. Now, it's just some people that like, okay, I'm gonna ask you some questions and you better back up and substantiate your argument. But I feel like what he put out, he can pretty much back up.
It's a solid list. He had MJ at 1. I mean, no, he had Magic at 1. He had MJ at 2. Kobe at 3, Tim Duncan at 4, Shaq at 5. I'm not mad because, as you mentioned, it is his list. And when it's your list, you can do things with your list that others can't do. It is a personal preference. Is it factual? And the answer is maybe. I mean, Kobe at 3.
No. Kobe did not play 3 majority of his career. You just
No,
didn't.
he's been 2 his whole thing. He wouldn't even be big enough to play 3. So I had to create my own bonus, the real top 5, the bona fide true GOAT list, top 5 NBA starters of all time. I have at 1 because he was drafted as a point guard, LeBron. It goes without saying. Number 1 all-time scorer, current reigning GOAT, going into year 21, still one of the most top 10 athletic dominant players. Has shown few signs of aging and attrition. Has impacted the game culturally, politically, financially. It's hard not to put LeBron in this. Number 2, Kobe Bryant. Kobe over MJ because Kobe had a deeper bag, deeper skill set, better shooter, both mid-range and long-term, better handles, better teammate, but just a better overall player. Number 3, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is ridiculous. I don't have to explain. Number 4, Tim Duncan.
Yeah, you do.
KD, let me explain. KD is 7 feet. KD dribbles like he's 5'5". KD is efficient. KD can shoot the lights out. KD can rebound when he wants to. KD is a bona fide threat every time he steps on the floor. Who other than Kevin Durant? Number 4, Tim Duncan. Tim is the greatest power forward of all time. Tim is the greatest power forward of all time. And Tim is the greatest power forward of all time. Tim isn't dynamic. Tim isn't special. Tim isn't unicornish, but Tim gets the job done. Tim is Old Faithful. And number 5, Shaq. What are your thoughts on this list?
Solid list. I'm not putting LeBron at 1 just because he a small forward. Yeah, he played a 1, but he a small forward. But besides that, it's nothing to discuss.
There we have it. All right, well, the list, even if you rotated the players, maybe you put Magic at 1 and you take KD out and you put LeBron at 3. The list is pretty much set, right? 2 through 4. You would say?
Yeah.
All right.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part. All right. Let's go top 5 sitcoms. Let me play this clip and then let's review.
Leave, right? I'm a man, Gina. I'm a B.I. This is childish. I want you out. I don't even know why you still here. Step. You won, baby.
A what?
Hey, top 5 sitcoms. Number 1, and I don't mean to get controversial or whatever, but regardless of what this individual, the whatever, right? Regardless of whatever.
We ain't gonna speak on that.
We're not going to speak on that. There's enough time and place. We're not talking about that. We're just talking about the impact of the show. We're not talking about him.
We're talking about the career.
We're talking about the career, not the creator of that, but we're talking about the career, the art. The art by itself is the top 1 show.
Y'all gotta learn how to separate the two. It's possible.
The art from the artist. The art from the artist. Number 1 is the Cosby Show.
That's my 1 as well. I can't even lie.
You can't argue the Cosby Show away. There is no Blackish. There's no My Wife and Kids. There's no Family Matters. There's a whole host of shows from a different world and on that do not exist without the Cosby Show. The Cosby Show, it's facts, made a way for anybody that does not fit the traditional norms of America to have a place on TV. It was entertaining. Am I lying? Like, it was entertaining?
Yeah. And I feel like it was one of the first ones where it depicted a black family in a higher state of in their life.
Right, not in the ghetto.
Not in the ghetto, exactly.
Right. I mean, the Jeffersons did deluxe apartment in the sky, and they had a living maid named Florence, but they really, it still was kind of ghetto.
Because they just came from it.
They just came from the ghetto.
Yeah,
right.
like we coming from two people that went from college, a doctor, very educated people. Always been that, always upheld that. Like, you know, you got your people that's you can take the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. And there was just some of us that just was never here, and they was always on a different standard. And that's what type of it shows. It just shows like the people that like I just described. They never had that showing. Like it's always like, if we ain't all from the ghetto. Right. That was a misconception what everybody used to always say back in that time. So seeing that was probably a good thing. And then being by one of the funniest comedians we ever seen, and at the time probably one of the most accepted black comedians at the time, it was just perfect.
It was perfect.
Everybody casted on that. It was perfect. I can't see nobody else.
From Michael and Jamal Warner playing Theo to Lisa Bonet. To Sandra, to Felicia Rashad playing Claire, to Keisha Knight Pullum playing Rudy, to Tempest Bledsoe playing Vanessa, and then you've had so many cameos from Adam Sandler to Sinbad to oh my god, I can't even think of her name. She was on Waiting to Exhale. Leela Rashawn. I mean, the show was perfect. Undisputed best sitcom of all time. Quote me at me. Number 2, you don't get the Cosby Show without I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy. First of all, I Love Lucy is a show that comes out in the mid-50s. And you forget, like, you think about the racial, like, just tension at that time. You don't even realize, you know, Ricky's a Cuban American. The show is so good, you almost become dumb to the fact, right? The show is a trendsetter. It opened up the door for discussion, for diversity. Lucy is, to me, the greatest female comic of all time. You know, that's up to debate. But Lucy paves the way. You know, Lucy is hilarious. There's so many iconic moments, from the vitamin and veggie, getting drunk off the cough medicine, to, you know, being over in Italy and being in the wine press and having that fight. I mean, there's so many things to Lucy having a baby. There are iconic TV moments just because of the I Love Lucy show.
Just them saying it was coming on was iconic. Like, I just remember that was something my grandma used to always watch, and still watch to this day sometimes. And you just I Love Lucy's coming on at 6:00. You always hear it. And then when you sit down and watch it, like you said, I didn't even realize until you said it that he was a Cuban American.
Yeah. And what's crazy about I Love Lucy, it's the longest syndicated TV show and has never been off the air. Some network has always picked it out, right? So that it could air. Number 3, Will Smith, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't think exactly. Back to life. Right. From the theme song produced by Quincy Jones to the Jordans, to the fashion, to the changing the narrative of
the writing, Carlton,
you know, everybody, Uncle Phil, Aunt Viv, Jeffrey,
both on Vivs. You got to get
both on Vivs, light skin and dark skin on Viv. You know, it was and it is culturally a phenomenon. That even though they've tried to redo it, and the redo on Bel Air is decent, but it can't. The problem, it was the perfect timing. It was the perfect timing because the Cosby Show was ending, and they needed a black TV sitcom. It shifted the narrative even further because instead of like Claire and Heathcliff were really black upper class, but you didn't think that they were wealthy. But when you saw the butler, you saw the mansion, you know, she was dean of a university, you know, you realize like, oh, they are wealthy, right? It showed an urban flair to it and culture. It brought in Jordan shoes. Fresh Prince is iconic.
Yeah, definitely one of those shows you could just turn on when you about to go to bed.
Exactly.
Go to sleep on it.
And number 4, where I just played the video clip from, this is the show my mother hates. When I
What?
did, yes, because she said this is everything wrong with the black community. Was in the Martin show. Right, my mom hates this show. She thought it was ghetto.
That bad?
They shacking up. My mom hated this show. But look, hey, they weren't shacking up. They weren't shacking up.
Only we will pick that up. Only we will pick that up.
Hey, but the Martin show, Martin, hey, from Jerome to Shanae.
So all 5 theme songs.
Right. The theme song to Pam, to Cole, to Tommy. I just don't think you could have a better dynamic. Like the Fresh Prince had a better impact culturally. But if you look at talent-wise, I don't want to say talent-wise because
no, you're right. No, let me put it this way, because when you first said it, when you first put out the sitcom, I automatically knew Fresh Prince and Martin was going to be on there. Right. And the first thing I was going to separate it is, I said, when it comes to writing, Fresh Prince got that.
Yeah.
When it comes to finding talent that we didn't know about, for 1, 2, just allow them to be themselves. You just let raw talent flow.
Yes.
A lot of that stuff was improvised.
Yeah.
Like I was just today. It's funny you said today. I was just watching the episode of when somebody stole what he steal, like his recorder. His recorder. He had the dog.
Yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he said like that. Everybody broke character on that set.
I'm trying to think, is it on this highlight? No, it's not on this highlight.
It did. Probably my favorite one is probably the Halloween one. That one was sitting me in tears every single time because when they thought when Tommy just came back with the dice and I was just looking crazy, looking up, and everybody like,
I remember that episode,
bro.
And I remember, Reverend Leon Love, David Allen Greer, bro.
When he played the kung fu dude, and lost every fight.
Bro, I'm sorry, Martin. I'm sorry. Like, if you was black growing up in the 90s, Martin was literally like, there was a character on there that somebody went to your church. Somebody like, it was just Martin.
My dad to this day, he sometimes he call me bruh man.
Yeah, bro, right, bro, man from the 5th floor,
like that was just like everybody. That's exactly what it was. I think that's the difference between Fresh Prince and Martin. Martin was a little bit more relatable,
right? Yeah,
because everybody has a Pam, everybody has a Martin, everybody has a Cole, and everybody has a bruh man. Such and such and such people, and then they brought on the iconic figures like Biggie.
Biggie was there.
People, all of the up and coming black art athletes. Actors as well.
Wasn't Lisa? No, Don Staley was in that.
Don Staley was in one. And a lot of black actors came out during that time. So I think it was just more. It was more of a culture phenomenon compared to Fresh Prince. Fresh Prince was just a complete, just winter show all the way around to me.
This is how I'm saying. Fresh Prince was an American phenomenon. Martin was a culture phenomenon.
Perfect.
That's it. And then my last one, Family Matters.
Right in the middle.
Right in the middle. Family Matters was never 1. It was never 3. It was always right in the middle. It came on TGIF with Sabrina the Teenage Witch, Boy Meets World. It was in this lineup and it survived. If you think about it, they put the Family Matters in the death lineup for sitcoms that get canceled.
It was definitely in the death lineup.
It was in the death lineup, bro. They moved it from a Wednesday prime time because Martin used to come on Wednesday at that time and they couldn't compete. Moved it to the Friday slot, which is a death lineup, and it survived.
Put that mug in the Bermuda Triangle of television.
Right. And then the Family Matters is really, I don't want to say a watered down version, but I mean, it was the greatness of the Cosby Show with like $600,000 less income. And,
right.
And in. They took in their relatives. They took in, Aunt Thelma. They started a business. They started the diner that got broken into by gang violence. What's the name? Laura's friend got shot by gangs.
Carl Winslow, the gangster, his father that ever was.
Yeah, they had New Edition and Bobby Brown on the episode. I mean, like, if you think about on a shoestring budget, Family Matters transcended expectations. I really think when they released Family Matters, it's like, man, this will do 2-3 years. Because remember, the first season doesn't have Steve Urkel until the last because he's really a Full House character.
Yeah.
He's
so literally a Full House.
He's not even part of Family Matters. He comes, saves the show, and then now it's about Myrtle, which is hilarious. It's about, all the time machine stuff and, don't speak while I'm pouring and all this just, and then Laura Winslow growing up was my crush. That was Black Girl Magic right there. So Family Matters
that went on what 10 straight years?
9. I think it was like 9.
89 to what 98?
Yeah, it was like 8. Yeah.
Yeah, 98. Yeah. That's perfect. That's beautiful.
They had a run.
That's a nice run.
The run was longer than Martin. It was just, it
was definitely more sustainable than Martin for sure.
It was more sustainable. I think
because of who's involved.
Right. I think what ended up happening is TV was becoming more raunchier, and the kind of family dynamic, the traditional nucleus, wasn't as appealing, and they didn't know what to do with the characters because the characters were all grown. And it was like, do we just make a spinoff with Steve and Laura? Right. And I really don't know. I personally think that show deserves a reunion. I think all these shows, obviously can't do Lucy, but all these shows, Cosby, Fresh Prince, Martin, Family Matters, deserves a reunion episode. Matter of fact, not just a reunion, they deserve one more season. Can I go on record and say?
I don't think Martin because...
Oh, Tommy?
No, it's just, I don't think Martin is the same. If you catch my drift.
Oh yeah. As far as like, I know what you mean. Without going into it, he's not the same. Yeah. That young, dynamic, just high energy. No, he's not. He's not. Yeah.
But Family Matters probably the only one that could do a reboot.
That's because everybody's still alive and everybody's still the same, basically.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, they just older.
Right.
And I know. My age group and your age group is definitely gonna flock to it. So yeah.
Oh yeah. I would love to see it. I would love to see a Cosby. I think they deserve one more season. Okay, anybody say they deserve one more season. I would love to see if Family Matters do a season. I would love to. I mean, I know we got the Bel Air. I would love to see Will.
I like to see real hands-on with Bel Air.
Right.
I get what you're saying. Bel Air is cool, and I feel like it could be great. It's just
it's too wired. It's like The Wire. It's too dark.
That, and then it's like they just try to put whatever going on in the world, they just smack you in your face for a whole couple episodes. It's just like, bruh, I like creative writing. I like you can. Some people are creative enough to use a certain topic, a current world topic, and flip it. Right. But I don't want to live through what I'm living through already. I want you to go through your own little stuff. Be creative. I didn't like I get the whole like in this past season, like the school, the racism and stuff like that. Like I get it, but it's like, bro, I just dealt with that. I'm out of school now. I just dealt with that all the time. I don't want to make it like the first season. I felt like was more perfect than the second one.
No, the first season was better, and because the first season wasn't serious. Like it dealt with, and I think to your point, when people watch TV, and I think Hollywood writers need to pick up on this. Sometimes the consumer is not watching to be reminded of what's going on currently. I think they're fully aware of the seriousness and the serious topics that human beings have to face on a daily basis. When people are watching shows like this, they want to escape. They want to be in a different world, a world where things aren't as serious, they're not as deep. They can just laugh. It's lighthearted. There's continuity. Yes, there's a level of depthness, but there's nothing that will make you sit there and be like, huh, right? And I'm not saying, because the Fresh Prince had a couple episodes. I mean, they dealt with abuse. I mean, Carlton was taking speed. That was a very funny episode.
But that was good though. Like that's the creative part of it. Like you have your own creative storyline versus, and like even with Lou, like you can meme. It's so many memes that came out of Lou's situation.
Lou is still an episode.
Yeah, like itself. So it's just like that, and then you go straight into racing. It's just like, what's your taco color? It's just like,
it's a slippery slope.
Yeah,
but the Lou episode is forever iconic, and they brought back Lou, and Marlon Wayans was Lou in the remake. Look, Lou, if there was a moment that Will could have won an Oscar before, it's the Lou episode.
sure.
But I'm gonna play 10 more seconds. I just love Martin, and then we'll go to the next thing.
Honey, what was it?
A mouse, Gina.
A mouse?
Gina.
Oh, that cartoon mouse. Speedy Gonzalez.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't, bro. Martin, bro, will get himself. All right, top fast food joints. This is hard because obviously this has nothing to do with health.
No.
This is based off of the criteria is consistency, availability, and affordability. Okay.
So you said forget taste.
Forget taste, right? Right, because nobody acknowledged. All right, number one, McDonald's. They have figured it out from a marketing standpoint to a price point to value. I mean, I feel like they just rehash stuff. They'll bring back something from the dead. Like, hey, we about to bring back the McRib next month. Like, how many times the McRib gonna come back?
But you won't bring back snack wraps,
right? Or the McChicken, the Mighty Wing.
Bro, like, or the chicken tenders. They used, bro.
Nah, they'll bring back the McRib. Not even real rib meat.
That's
cafeteria
you
rib.
You eating pony?
Yes, the rat.
rat. All right.
Chick-fil-A at number 2. Chick-fil-A
overrated. I'm sorry.
They're a little overrated. I mean, honest with you. Chick-fil-A. If you're gonna pay Chick-fil-A prices, you might as well get Five Guys. I'm only gonna throw Chick-fil-A out there because I feel like it's easier to find a Chick-fil-A than a Five Guys. Like, if I'm gonna go Five Guys, I might as well just pay for a real restaurant, right? And so, like, they kind of throw me off on the side.
Every time I think about homie, RP to him. That man literally lost his mind because we was on a field trip. We was doing community service. And we was hungry. We just finished. We was like, hey, we gonna stop. Tell our advisor to stop. They go to Five Guys. I forget where I go, but I was like, I knew what the deal was. He didn't.
Yeah.
He goes into Five Guys and he just come on a bus hot. I'm like, Jacquel, what's wrong with you? Boy, I spent $30 on a single burger, a fry, and a shake. I said, you spent what? $30. I said, what a burger at? Man, it was a step above a White Castle burger size.
Yeah, that's about right.
And Five Guys should be ashamed of themselves, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Five Guys, because it takes 5 people to pay for one burger. That's why,
yeah, bro.
I dated Five Guys. Five Guys overpriced. I mean, because reality, man, there's some joints in Chicago, hole in the walls that make Five Guys.
I will go to Maxwell's in a heartbeat.
Maxwell's. With no gloves, no sanitary, nothing, just cooking your meat in the middle of winter time.
Oh, bro. Letting the heat from the onions keeping them warm.
Right. I was gonna say, bro, Five Guys, they need to be Maxwell Street Police. Maxwell,
that's ridiculous.
Taco Bell. First of all, Taco Bell. I don't even know. Like, have you ever seen anybody actually make the food in Taco Bell? You know, like you see food prep, you know, like at Burger King and McDonald's.
We both know somebody that used to work there, and he worked back in school. He used to always cut us, be like, bro, I don't know what's in this meat. He said, I don't know what this meat. I just took this bag. I thought it was some beans, but hell time it's your ground beef. He was like, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, but it'd be good sometimes though.
I mean, I just think with Taco Bell is like
the last resort.
Yeah, like, man, I'm down on my last dollar. Times are tough. I can get 100 quesadillas for 88 cents. You know, like Taco Bell be on those type of things. Now I will say this.
That's like leaving a convocation type meal. Everything closed.
Oh, nasty heart. Just Taco Bell, bro. I just don't know. Like, think about it. Okay, you see the lamps in McDonald's, right? It's just a little disgusting, but you see there's a food prep area. Like Taco Bell, maybe because it's designed, like when you walk in, what is the smell of Taco? Like every McDonald's smells the same. Even in the
smell like lettuce.
Smells like lettuce and prepackaged food. Like McDonald's has, I feel like there's a McDonald's air freshener that they put in the vents of every McDonald's. Like it has to smell the same. Consistency.
Like old burgers and fries. Right.
You go to Chick-fil-A. All Chick-fil-A smell the same. What does Taco Bell smell like?
A mystery.
It's a mystery. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know where to rank this, but because it's so convenient, you just have to put it on the list. Chipotle.
That's my number one.
Yeah, Chipotle. What I do like about Chipotle, they serve real food.
You can see it.
You can see it. It gets cooked right in front of you. It's health conscious. It's not like Subway where it's just sitting out. And you know, it's actually Chipotle is a silent like goat. It really is
a very silent goat. I can't stand people that be hating on. To me, people should talk about Chipotle how they talk about Chick-fil-A, in my opinion.
Yes. You know what
Chipotle is fire. I don't care what nobody say.
I think Chipotle doesn't do a good job marketing. Just think about it.
Bro, I did not know Chipotle was out this long. It wasn't until high school till I started eating Chipotle. It was, you know why I didn't know? Because they used to just be super black. Like the logo was just super black, and it kind of, the way it's set up, it kind of looked like a weird restaurant, but it ain't.
Right.
So it's like I never knew what it was until I started getting into it. But yeah, I think it is like you don't really see too many. Like now, I say in the last 3 years, you've probably seen the most commercials of Chipotle you ever seen.
That's true. You know what I think it is? Because I don't know if they used to be partnered with Qdoba, but because Qdoba and Chipotle are basically the same restaurant, they have a hard time to me creating an effective messaging. Like what I mean by that is not that you're not aware of their commercials, or you're aware of their advertisements, because you are. But you think of McDonald's, you think of Ronald McDonald, you think of Grissom, you think of the Hamburglar, you think of all the iconic McDonald's commercials, you think of the athletes from Ali to Jordan to LeBron. You know McDonald's advertising strategy backwards and forwards. McDonald's honestly could make a movie off of their commercials. Like they have enough. And yeah, they have enough film time, right? They have a film called Founder, right? So that, you know, Chick-fil-A, because everybody tries to make fun of them. Kevin Hart did in that what was it, Homeschool or whatever, that movie they called it God's Chicken or something like that. Like you worked there. You know, so Chick-fil-A, you know, satirically so or whatever, but Chick-fil-A is easily recognizable. Taco Bell, you know, because it's Taco Bell, they have the bell, and that's how you know them, right? Even Wendy's, before I get into it, because of Dave Thomas, and then the, you know, whoever, you know, Redhead, yeah. So, you know, with Dave Thomas, you know, David back in the day, you know, but when you think of Chipotle, who's the face of Chipotle?
It's a pepper.
It's a pepper.
Right.
That's hard. People don't.
I can't. It's funny that you brought up athletes, because I'm like, I don't even know if any athletes is even sponsored with them. I'm being pretty sure they are, but I can't recall I can't even recall a commercial.
I don't know. I don't know. But then my last one here, Wendy's. And the reason,
well, I won't say that's underrated. You can't really say they underrated.
I think they're underrated. First of all, Wendy's has real meat. Wendy's really make their burgers. If you smell a Wendy's burger, like if you unwrap it and you smell it, you can smell love.
You can smell love.
Like, you know, somebody took the time to put the pickle, to put the ketchup, to put the sauce. It wasn't just like, you know, like it wasn't one
like
of those.
a McDonald's burger. So
Somebody took time with Wendy's. And then people sleep on Wendy's fries. Like,
and they chicken sandwiches.
yes. People just sleep on Wendy's.
I don't feel like they sleep because all the Wendy's by me, my dad made me notice it because every time I'll be wanting, he don't want to go because he'd be like, bro, they lines is ridiculous. And I'm like, well, they can't really be that much because I'm telling you, they line be ridiculous. And I can't tell you the last time I had a Frosty.
Bro, you know what it is, man? It's I think Wendy's formula was like, we're not gonna invest in our brick and mortar. We're not going to invest in any fancy media campaigns. We're not going to get any famous athlete. We're going to invest in the burger itself. And like when you think of Wendy's, you think your mind goes back to a simpler time.
I instantly think of the yellow logo back in the day when the old buildings used to have the little glass hump.
Yeah.
Everything, like I used to like everything about Wendy's. Even this, like you said, it had its own smell. I like the smell there.
I do too. And I like Wendy's.
And bathrooms be clean. Yeah,
that was clean bathrooms.
Yeah,
I like Wendy's.
It was love before it was Chick-fil-A. It was Wendy's when it come to love.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, I'll jump into the top 5 sports commentators.
Oh God, wait a minute.
I gotta go here. Number 1. Sass. Stephen A. Smith is the undisputed champ of sports commentary.
Argue with your mama.
Linear TV, new media, podcasting, however you want to framework it. When Stephen A. Smith is on air, he's box office. He moves the needle. He's the GOAT. He has surpassed Howard Cosell. He has surpassed every sports commentator before him. He, to me, is the voice of sports. And, you know, you can hate him, you can love him, you can disagree with him, but you cannot argue his impact on society. Number 2, Shannon Sharp. Now, Skip. I was going to put Skip. I thought about it.
No, I was just saying it like how you say Skip. Skip.
Skip. Oh, Skip. Oh, Skip.
I would have probably accepted Skip over Colin Cowherd, but I'm going to let you cook.
The reason why Skip did not make the list is because I was being a hater. I had to remove Shannon or Molly. And now, historically, if we go resume wise, Skip Bayless is number 2. But the problem with Skip is a villain. And you never want to root for the villain. Like, think about it. Would you watch a show?
He's not an intelligent villain, though.
Yeah, but would you really want to watch a show with just Skip? No. The only way Skip feeds off of draining energy from his co-host. And that's how Skip does it, man. So, like, if you got Richard Sherman, if you have Stephen A., if you have Shannon Sharp, Skip will make it his priority to make it toxic, right? And that's how Skip does it. Like, Skip is not a solo. Like, I watch Skip podcast. It's a little rough. It's a little hard. You know, like, he doesn't just flow like that. That's why I didn't throw him in there. Historically speaking, yes, Skip is number 2. But right now, as far as relevancy, Shannon Sharp is number 2. Number 3, Chris Broussard. Personal fan favorite of mine. I like Chris Broussard. He's been on this podcast. Chris Broussard is a staple. He's solid. You know, he can have his own show. He could be on The Odd Couple with Ron Parker. He could be on What's Right with Nick Wright. He could be on Undisputed. You can put Chris Broussard in any area, and Chris is going to stand out.
Okay. I think the reason I'm a little confused is because when you came in saying commentators, I was thinking play-by-play commentators. I would consider these guys more sports analysts, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I mean, Yeah, I mean they're commentators. Oh, you mean like play by play?
That's why I instantly went to. That's why I was like, oh, we going this route.
Okay, if we go analysts, all right, fine. Let's say top 5 analysts then instead of commentators.
Yeah.
Though they have every one of them has done sideline reporting and been a commentator in the traditional sense. Colin Cowherd to me is the voice of radio.
Oh, Jesus.
Steve-O, I know you hate him.
I hate the last two, to be honest with you.
These
last two is ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Colin Cowherd gets it done, whether you like it or not. And
you call him Colin Cowherd. You know,
I mean, Cowherd. I said Cowherd, not Coward, but Cowherd. I like Colin. I think Colin is fair. He's funny.
What? I gotta stop you there, bro.
Molly Karam.
You said Colin Cowherd is fair.
Molly Karam. Molly Karam is good. She holds her own. If you debate against Molly, Molly will shut you down. This is my 5. What are your 5?
I'll tell you what, Molly and Colin, they know now. I'll tell you that. Molly she's not even an analyst, if you want to be real. You can't tell me one debate where she don't hold her own. She just repeat things and then get loud and then cut people off. She don't I'm sorry. She really there because she got a pretty face.
Thanks, Steve-O.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Molly, she's not good. She's really not good at her job. I will say she's a good host. She know how to host a show, but when it comes, let me get her. The reason I'm getting her on the flack is because I don't think many would consider her an analyst. She was more of a host. You put her as an analyst, it's like, it's so many, dang, I wouldn't even consider her an analyst, but if I'm putting my top 5, okay, Stephen A, that's about right. Shannon, I put there. I put as a new one. I put Ryan, Ryan Clark up there. I like Ryan Clark. All right, because he's intellectual. He knows what he's talking about, and he played the game. So it's just like he got the best of both worlds, and he understands both worlds. So it's a lot of because there's definitely a lot of players that come in and think they can do it, and they don't understand it, and they don't know how to do it. If I had to put 2 more, that's tough. I don't know, man. It's not too many. To be honest, because now I'm kind of in the space where I analyze it myself. I try not to watch other people.
Yeah.
But
what about? I don't know. What about Max Kellerman?
When it comes to boxing, yeah,
but not as
an overall.
No. Let's see here.
How about I put Mad Dog in there?
Russo.
I put Mad Dog in there.
I like Mad Dog. Yeah. Colin Cowherd.
No. No. I'll put Charles Barkley before I put Colin Cowherd.
Oh gosh, I wouldn't put Chuck at all.
No. Can I
Shaq?
I won't consider them. I was gonna say I got 3. I was either gonna put Adam, Scheffner, Roach, or
I feel like Adam over Woj. Woj is more of a
not Roach. What's the other one?
Greeny?
Bryant.
Greeny?
Greeny, yeah. Not Greeny. No.
I like
why is his name not coming? Winnie.
Oh, Windhorse?
Yeah, Windhorse.
Okay.
I could Windhorse has just to make me mad or just be like, you're not. I feel like he's probably one of the top 5 most professional dudes to be an analyst. I like Windhorse.
I think, but if you're gonna throw Windhorse, then I feel like you got to throw Ramona in. You know,
Ramona, yeah, she's
like,
okay.
Yeah, like Ramona's tough, you know. So,
yeah.
But yeah, okay, I agree. Okay, I mean, I'm not.
You gotta think. I'm sorry. I would even let you keep Colin, but you gotta take Molly off.
All right, we take Molly off. We gotta throw Brian Windhorse, or we'll throw Brian. You know what? You're not throwing Brian in. I got one over Brian. You know who we throw over him?
Who's that?
Michael Wilbon.
Okay. I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at that.
I'll throw Wilbon over Wendy. I do like Windhorse, but I think historically, if we're talking about historical impact, like all time, it'll be Steven, Skip,
probably Wilbon. It's probably after Skip.
Wilbon, and then the guy from NBC. He does the Olympics.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah. He go. Yeah, you can't. It's almost criminal not to mention him.
Right, it is criminal. Like, you know, you have to mention him, and you almost have to mention Bill Simmons, but
yeah,
I'll throw him, and then Dan Patrick. No, I'm gonna put Rich Eisen above Dan Patrick. Rich Eisen is to me more entertaining than Dan Patrick. Love Dan Patrick, but Rich Eisen is just smoother.
Ain't bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
I can't even lie.
Yeah. That's not a bad list. Not a bad list. No, man, I appreciate you. Where can they connect with you?
Hey, follow me on Stevospeakz on everything, and you can follow me and watch my videos on NBA Central.
Hey, what's up? It's CVMK33. Look, I want you to subscribe, hit the notification bell, subscribe here, everywhere, so you can get the latest and greatest of this podcast content. Stay tuned.